Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the WIA Weekly Windup, where we meet you here every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern to chat with you a little bit around what we have going on within the Women in Analytics and Data Connect community. Over the last probably couple of months at this point, we've been really heavily touching on some of the elements of the Data Connect conference. I do want to kind of circle back to a conversation we had last week. We do have a scholarship open. We are really excited about partnering with Girls Plus Data to put this scholarship together. We've got about 6 days left, I think. Yeah, it closes the 12th, so 6 more days until that application is closed. So I did just want to touch on where you can find some more information around the scholarship, where you can apply, and also where you can learn a little bit more about Girls Plus Data. So let me share my screen and we'll get right into that. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about the scholarship opportunity that is available, you can go to dataconnectconf.com, dataconnectconf.com. There is a More tab up at the top here. You can click that and it'll get you into a drop down. There's a scholarship tab there. And this is where you can learn a little bit more about the scholarship. So we are partnering again with Girls Plus Data on this. We're really excited to be able to offer this to folks who are needing maybe a little bit more assistance attending the event, whether that's personal financial struggle or a company's not willing to sponsor you to go. You have an opportunity to get a free conference ticket, really. So the application will close on June 12th. We will notify all of the recipients by June 16th. You can learn a little bit about Girls Plus Data here. Anyone is able to apply to this. You don't have to be a woman to apply. If you are needing some assistance, feel free to submit that application. We'll review that and get back to all of those folks who will be receiving that application or receiving that scholarship. If you scroll down here to the bottom, some pretty basic information. You'll also have the opportunity to select whether you'd like to attend in person or virtually. If you are planning to attend in person, you'll have an opportunity to select the ticket type as well. We require a couple of pretty easy to obtain documents for nonprofits and students. So just be mindful that if you are selecting one of those things, you'll have to provide proof of that. But again, shouldn't be an issue. They're pretty simple things that we ask for. And then you also have an opportunity to kind of elaborate a little bit more about why you like working in the analytics space, why are you interested in attending the conference, and then anything else you'd like to share with us as well that will help us make those decisions. And then, feel free to submit that. Again, anyone is allowed to apply. I do want to mention that flight and accommodations are not provided in the scholarship opportunity. So if you're planning on selecting an in-person ticket, just being mindful that you will need to kind of figure out your own flight and accommodations there. Last week, I did stumble through our Hyatt link a little bit, so I would love to reiterate on that as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, just to summarize this, the application closes on the 12th. We'll notify everyone who will be receiving a scholarship by the 16th, and this is open to anyone to apply to. So we do have a discounted rate with the Hyatt. So if you are applying for the scholarship, there is an opportunity for you to save a little bit by booking with the Hyatt as well. We have a discounted rate with them. If you are not applying for the scholarship and haven't figured out your accommodations yet, you'll also want to tune into this part too. So you can go up into more here. Again, last week I really struggled with sharing this with everyone. So I did a run through this morning and we should be good to go. So dataconnectconf.com, you'll hit this More tab, drop down into logistics. And this page here will give you just a lot of logistics around the event itself. So date, location, exactly where the conference is held, what time we're doing check-in, travel and lodging. And then this is where the hotel block link is. You can click into this link here. It is also available on our homepage. So if you just go to dataconnectconf.com. You can scroll all the way to the bottom once this loads here. There we go. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You can learn a little bit more about Columbus. You can watch a little video, see some really cool photos of the city. And then there's a link here as well to reserve your room. So a couple of different ways you can find that. I just wanted to reiterate because, again, last week was not super smooth in me sharing that information. So I wanted to show you again. We also have touched pretty heavily on the startup showcase. I will swing back to that page as well. The application process is closed. We've received all of the applications. We're in the process of reviewing, and we will be ready to announce our showcase participants next week, which we're really excited about. So again, the top 3 have the opportunity to basically showcase their company on stage. We've got Sadie St. Lawrence is our moderator this year. We're partnering with Women in Data on this initiative, which is amazing. We're extremely excited to be working with them on this. And then we have a VC panel as well, who will be on hand to give feedback and ask questions and really try to help startups develop their pitch and kind of refine what they're sharing with folks when they're trying to seek financial investments. This is just a really cool opportunity to showcase your innovative ideas and your companies to our audience. You'll get feedback from those VCs on presentation, product offerings, business ideas, etc. We will also be recording those pitches as well, so that's something that they will have access to. And then those pitch teams will be available on site to be able to share a little bit more in-depth information around their companies with all of our attendees. We do have a networking session that will be following this pitch session, where if you are attending in person, you can actually get with those folks and ask more questions and get a little bit more in depth. So I just wanted to touch on that again. Again, next week we'll be announcing those final 3. That is kind of the majority of what I wanted to talk about from a Data Connect perspective. We do also have a couple of things coming up this week within the Women in Analytics community. So I would love an opportunity to share those things with you as well. On Thursday this week, we have part 2 of our GitHub tutorial. Let me pull this up as well, just so we can visually see it and talk through it. Come on now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we have two really great community activities coming up this week. We, again, have the GitHub Essentials for Beginners. Part 2 is this Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. It is exclusive to our standard members. So if you are interested in joining, this one does reflect part 1, but part 2 is this Thursday. You can sign up for the standard membership by clicking this Register Today button here. You have the ability to test out the standard membership for free for the first month. So if you are interested in participating in more activities like these mini tutorials, we try to put these on at least quarterly. And then we have some kind of additional, career building programming along the way as well. So that's the other opportunity that we have coming up. This is actually today, this Inspiring Paths Journey in AI. We will be meeting with the co-founder and chief data scientist of GoCharlie. And she'll just kind of be talking through basically her journey from where she started to co-founding an AI organization. So you'll have an opportunity as a standard member to hear from her, ask questions. We set these up as more like traditional kind of Zoom meetings. That way you have an opportunity to, raise your hand, ask questions, and get to know these folks and take advantage of having them live. We try to keep these programming options pretty small from an attendance perspective. That way, hopefully folks who are attending are able to get everything out of them that they need. And then we do record all of these items as well. So if you are not able to join as a standard member, you do still have access to checking out those recordings and kind of going back to reference those things as well. So that being said, with this tutorial, I know I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between the two. But with this tutorial, because we had part 1 last week, if you're interested in joining part 2, you can sign up to be a standard member. You can review part 1 before part 2 starts. That way you're kind of all on the same page once part 2 rolls out. So those are some of the major things that I had for you today. Just to recap all of the things that we've covered this morning. Scholarship opportunity closes on June 12th. So you've got about 6 days to submit your application for that. We will be announcing our final startup showcase presenters next week. So stay tuned there. We do have a few rooms left at the Hyatt, so you can check those out in those 2 different locations within the Data Connect Conference website. And then we have 2 community events coming up this week. We have the Inspiring Paths, A Journey in AI with the co-founder and chief data scientist of Go Charlie. That is this afternoon at 11 Eastern. And then on Thursday, we have part 2 of our GitHub Essentials for Beginners tutorial. Again, both of those community events are standard membership exclusives. Your first month as a standard/paid member is free. So if you're interested in participating in those things and seeing, what types of programming we're offering on the standard membership community, this is a great week to start getting involved. So if you have any questions, let us know. But that's all I have for you. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.